afternoon, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today on this freezing cold Monday morning? Leather Bag Lady weather report. This time last week I was getting a sunburn. It's flurrying. It's snowing. I went for a walk this morning with my girlfriend. Just about froze my tits off. It's so cold out there. Anyway, we'll get to story time after today's bag. So today's bag is a bag that I had to do a little bit of work on, and I keep forgetting to film kind of the before and afters on these bags because they are, to me, they're a little bit of a simple refurbishment, so I don't even really think about it. Secondly, I have to mix the color, and once I've mixed the color, then I have a window before it dries out. And thirdly, I just forget. So here is today's beautiful, structured 1980s, beautiful cognac colored leather bag. So let's unpack this bag. The brand is Basido. I have had this brand multiple times in the past, and I always just presumed it was Italian, but I actually don't think it is. I think it's Australian. So I did a little bit of research, and it keeps coming up as an Australian brand. So there are lots of them on Etsy. They all kind of claim that they're Italian. It's Italian inspired. And that's kind of how some of these companies get away with adding the word Italy in there somewhere, but not actually having it come from Italy. The Trend does that. We talk about that on occasion. The newer bags by the Canadian company, The Trend, are styled or Italian styled. Their vintage stuff is made in Italy, but their newer stuff is not. Presuming that's a cost-cutting measure of some sort. But they still want that Italy in there because, as we all know, Italian leather has a reputation. It has a status amongst leather aficionados as being of good quality. So this one says Basido Italian design, but I do think it is an Australian brand. So this is 80s. There's no foam pouches inside, and it has this really bold brass gold tone, which is so 80s. It's crazy. Genuine leather. You have a cute little top handle. This style of top handle is very 80s. The strap is adjustable a little bit and detachable. So if you want to just use this as a cute little top handle, you can. There is a slip pocket in the back. You open it up and you have one compartment. There's, it just says genuine leather. You have a zipper compartment, a compartment. You have a zippered compartment. Yeah, the two outside ones are not zippered. They just rely on this flap over, but the middle compartment is zippered. All the fabric is monogrammed Basido, which just adds the element of quality. Doing this kind of stuff adds cost to the build of the bag. There is no cracking in the stress points. Yeah, this is leather, I do believe. And then there's all this beautiful, rich, cognac colored leather. The hang tags are all logoed as well. Again, all cost. You could put just a generic one, but if you want your company name stamped on it, you got to pay for that stuff. So it just gives it an element of quality. Now, there is a lot of marks on this bag. Does it bother me? Absolutely not. I like the vintage-esque look of all these scratch and dents. I love it. To me, that's just part of the patina of a vintage bag. You have I believe it's a 24.5-inch strap drop. So this is going to be able to be worn crossbody very, very easily. But like I said, if you want to just grab and go, this is the handle for you. I find that if you like a shorter handle, because at my nephew's hockey game. I got a new sweatshirt courtesy my wonderful husband. I forgot to wear a sweatshirt on Friday when we went to the hockey. I just had my one sweatshirt with my quilted vest. When you're sitting for 3 hours in a hockey arena, I knew my arms were going to get really cold. So I saw Pius at the table and he had money out and I was like, oh, Pius is going to buy a sweatshirt. So he's like, which one do you like? I was like, oh, I like that one. And he paid for it and gave it to me. And I was like, what? He's like, oh, you're going to be cold. I'm like, oh my God, you're so awesome. But I mean, he can wear it too. Sort of. I've got a burgundy one that I've kind of worn the ass end out of. It's getting to be a little bobbly now, so I may take that to the trailer. We'll talk about that in a minute after I finish with the bag, which I kind of have. But so like I said, there's no foam pouch. This screams 80s to me. I am an 80s girl, and this absolutely was very much the aesthetic. It's got a nice gusset on it. It's gonna manage all your goodies. It's got an outside zipper pocket here just under the flap. And then, as I said, it's got a slip pocket on the back. So you're going to get your phone in there beautifully. Although this bag was never built to carry a phone, because in the 80s, there were no such things. But there you go. It's a really nice bag. I'm going to take the strap off. Just makes storing them a lot easier. I went to the storage unit and got yet another bag of bags out. So I have got a pile of them in the house to bring out here. But I'm going to do some sorting through. I think I've decided that some of the non-traditional brand name bags, like some of the brands that we're not that familiar with, I think I might save those for my in-person shows. My in-person shows are done mostly at retirement homes. And to be honest, the retirees, they don't care about brands. Their concern is quality. So they want to see, you know, nice leather, and they don't really care what it says. Whereas we kind of do want a little bit of a brand presence. So I am going to go through all my bags again and just kind of pull out the ones that I think are more suited to me being out on the road and me doing the videos, the Shop at the Shed videos like I do on a Wednesday and Friday night. I actually did Friday night's Shop at the Shed. I uploaded my videos from the Peach King Arena because we went to see my nephew play hockey. So Friday, this weekend was, I don't know if it was the deadline for the trailer fees, but they opened the trailer park for us to go and pay our fees and visit our trailers. So we were not anticipating visiting our trailer this early before the season opens, but we took the advantage of going on Friday afternoon, paying our lot fees. Whew, they're paid. And checking out our trailer. So we went and saw the trailer, and we're so excited. There was a little bit of shredded toilet paper in the bathroom, so we've had a little visit or two, but nothing crazy. There was no real awful smells. There was no, if you follow me regularly on the Vintage Bag Experience, you will have maybe been through the journey of Pius and I buying a trailer last summer and then discovering that it had significant water damage, so much so that the walls are starting to buckle and all that kind of thing. We did not do our due diligence in looking at the trailer, but the people who sold it to us, the Vosses of St. Catherine's, she is a nurse in St. Catherine's General. I'm sorry, I shouldn't call people out like that, but I am just so disgusted with the ability of somebody to shake our hands, take our money, and just ignore the fact that they were selling us a piece of shit, which is basically what they did. But we will regroup. We will rebuild it. Pius has the knowledge to do that, thank goodness. But it is going to take time, effort, and money. Time we have. Effort, we'll have to see how Pius goes with his shoulder. We can't go from 0 to 100 just because he's back in the land of the living in terms of his ability to drive his truck and blah, blah, blah. It is going to take a bit of a progress to get him to where, he's got drills above his head and holding planks of wood and things that he just is not going to be able to do right out of the gate. But we are going to tackle it, and we are going to get it done, and we will enjoy our trailer as we did last summer. We had a little sit on the deck. We had a little sit on the patio or the picnic table under the gazebo. It was just so beautiful to be there. It was a lovely sunny day, and it got us very excited for the season to start May 1st. So that was Friday. We came home. Oh no, we actually didn't. We stayed out. We went, where did we go? We went into, what did we do? Anyway, it's of little significance. We had a great day on Friday. We went to see my nephew play hockey. They won. It was a bit of a nail biter. It was a very close game. Got to see some people that we really haven't seen. We haven't been to the hockey much at all this year. Got the burps and hiccups and sorry. But it's playoff time. So it could well be my nephew's last year on the ice. He will technically age out next year. They do invite kind of their star players who are aging out to stay on. Angus has been a workhorse for this team for 4 or 5 years. But he's moving on in his life. He's in school. He's got a girlfriend. I don't think he really wants to play anymore. His things are moving on. Like he's moving on with his interests, with his passions. And, hockey has been his life focus until probably the last year or two. So that was that. Saturday, we went to Tillsonburg to help Pius's daughter Rebecca with her first spring show with her little craft stuff. She has done shows in the past with is it 31, the bag company, but she did really well. I think she probably pretty well just broke even, but for your first show, that's amazing. And the table fee was, in my opinion, quite high. It was like $75. There was a bag reseller there. Oh my goodness me. It was hilarious. So there was 3 tables of people selling vintage items. The young lady who actually organized the event is a vintage reseller. There was another lady who is in my age group who was a reseller. We got along like a house on fire. She sold all kinds of little tchotchkes, salt and pepper shakers, cups and saucers, like little vases, some clothing. She had a couple of fabric bags. And then I saw out of the corner of my eye, this lady, again, my age group, setting up all these purses. And she had some Michael Kors, some Kate Spade, some Coach. And then she had some, the plastic bags. They're I don't know what they are, but they're everywhere and they're really tacky. But I went over and wanted to check out her stuff. She had some really nice stuff. And I introduced myself. I said, I'm a bag reseller too. And she didn't really acknowledge me. And I said, you've got some beautiful bags. And she's like, oh, do you have a table here? I said, no, I'm here helping my daughter-in-law, I guess. And she was like, oh, okay. And, I saw a few things. I said, you've got some beautiful bags. And I said, just small talk. There's such gorgeous things being thrown away, and there's no reason why people can't still love them. And she's like, oh, do you live here in Tillsonburg? I said, no, I'm from Hamilton. Well, I thought she was going to ask me to marry her. Her whole demeanor completely changed when she realized, A, I was not competition at that event, and B, I was not competition in her living area because I'm not from there. It's like, I get it. I've been in the same situation. I went to the flea market that I used to have a booth at, and then I let my booth go. And they actually had a small area where you could go weekly, like you could book a vendor spot for every Sunday. And I booked a couple, and I ended up beside this young lady who was selling succulent plants, like air succulents, is that what they're called? Air plants or something. And she had them in a bunch of vintage little holders or whatever. And she's like, oh yes, I told my girlfriend how well you do, and she's at the Benevolent right now looking to see if she can find some treasures. And I was like, God damn it. There's people trying to steal my thunder. And it is just the way it is these days. But it was kind of interesting to see this lady's reaction. But it was a good day. It wasn't too long. It was from 11 till 3. I don't do a lot of these shows anymore. My feet were killing me by the end of the afternoon, and they're still hurting me now. So I pay for it. It may be kind of the reason why I can't do vendor shows anymore, period. Because I'm finding that I have arthritis in my one ankle, and it's not even my ankle that's hurting, it's my heel. So, getting old, people. Getting old. But it was a lovely day. We had a little moment or two with the baby after. We saw Tegan, and then we went for dinner, and it was St. Patrick's Day weekend. We did no boozing at all. We went to bed, I think it was 10:30 on Saturday night, and I said a little bit of a difference from last year, because of course we would normally go to Rosie's and have a few drinks and have a little bit of a party time, and we just didn't do any of it. And to be honest, I really didn't miss it that much. Didn't really even think about it. Sunday, we didn't do much of anything. Pius was tired. We had a really long day on Saturday. We had a few errands to run. I had a couple of bags to ship out from my shop at the shed on Friday. Now, one of the things that I didn't realize, which I don't know, may or may not be of significance. So, if you watch my Vintage Bag Experience videos, but you are also a customer at Shop at the Shed, my prices are in Canadian dollars. My shipping prices are in Canadian dollars. So I had a lovely lady who bought a bag on Friday and had a bill for $23 because she's from Wisconsin. And my price was $30 Canadian, which transferred over to $23 American. But then I guess when she got the receipt, it said $30, but it was still, the receipt was coming from me in Canada, so it was showing her $30 Canadian. And she was an older lady, so a little confusing for her. But so apparently, and I didn't even give this a thought because I'm not thinking American terms, all your billing will revert to American dollars. So I guess my prices are really quite good because they're good from a Canadian point of view. They're even better from an American point of view because of the exchange. So, all you US people, you need to start buying bags from me because the prices are really, really awesome. So I appreciated that little bit of knowledge. It made me realize that there are some differences between my customers in the US and my customers in Canada, but all positive because the bags are cheaper for you in terms of your currency versus ours. So yeah, I didn't really do much yesterday. Made dinner, invited Harry for dinner yesterday, but he went to my nephew's hockey game, so playoffs. So they played Thursday night, they played Friday, they played Sunday. So it's just boom, 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 one after the other. They won again yesterday. Pius asked me if I wanted to go. One hockey game a week is enough for me. I don't have the attention span. And I uploaded my Shop at the Shed from the hockey arena on Friday because we didn't come home. And even if we did, it would have been too early. So I'm sitting in the concession area on their Wi-Fi uploading my videos, and it worked out okay. But I was wondering if I was even going to get to do them. But so Shop at the Shed this week again, Wednesday and Friday. My second clients have canceled today. I guess they're not, one of my clients is not feeling very well, but my new client, I will be going to get her at 2:30. So I want to get this uploaded and taken care of before I leave. And that is about it. Yeah, the weather is crummy. This time last week, I got a sunburn. And here we are, minus whatever. I went for a walk with my girlfriend this morning and her dog around the park. It was frozen. It was so cold. She's got a huge big puffer coat. I had this sweatshirt, but I don't have a shirt under it. So the wind just, just went right through. But I am going to spend some time sorting out these bags. As I said, I've really got to look at what bags are the easiest to ship, are a little bit more brand name centered, and what bags I'm going to do my shows and what bags are going to be on Shop at the Shed. So lots of fun stuff happening. So have a great day, everybody. I will talk to you tomorrow. I didn't speak to you on Friday, just didn't have time. I was going to make up for it yesterday, but the day just, we just got away. And that's okay. You don't need to have a bag every day, or maybe you do. Take care, everybody. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.